They said the B.
It started with a whisper, but now it's turning into a full-blown war. Tasha K, the internet's most fearless and most feared mouthpiece, just lit a match under the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta set. And baby, this fire, it's burning through secrets folks prayed would never see daylight. Word on the street is Tasha sitting on private videos of Mendices and Erica Minez. Those kind of videos end after a behind-the-scenes clash that went left fast. She's threatening to leak them. Her exact words, "Don't play with me." Now fans are frozen in shock, asking the same thing. How did she get the videos? And why Erica and Mendices? Weren't they just denying any connection on camera? Suddenly, rumors from last week's chaos on set when security had to be called, and Yandy stormed off in tears are starting to make a lot more sense. And let's not forget, this isn't Tasha's first time dropping bombs. But even for her, this one's dangerous. Relationships are unraveling, alliances are shifting, and the streets are buzzing with betrayal. What went down between Erica and Mendices? Is Tasha bluffing, or is this a scorched earth warning shot? Don't blink. This story's about to explode on. We've got all the tea. It all started on a humid Atlanta afternoon, the kind where tension hangs thick in the air and one wrong word can flip the whole scene upside down. The cast of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was supposed to be filming a casual sit-down, something low-key to bridge the messy drama between Erica Mena and Yandy Smith. Cameras were rolling, producers were on edge, and no one could have predicted the storm that was brewing just outside the frame. Mendices stepped onto the set, wearing that quiet expression that usually meant he was calm, until he wasn't. He barely glanced at Yandy, who sat on the other side of the table with arms crossed so tight it looked like she was holding herself together by force. Erica was late again, and this time her delay wasn't because of glam or traffic. She was on the phone with someone she shouldn't have been, someone who was about to change everything. Tasha K, the blogger, had been stirring the pot for weeks. Whispers had made their way through group chats, fan pages, even hair salons. Tasha had something private, something raw. And according to the message she sent to Erica that morning, she was done keeping it to herself. "Don't play with me. I will leak everything. Try me." Those words hit Erica like a physical blow. She went pale, hands trembling so hard she nearly dropped her phone. Producers, sensing trouble, exchanged worried looks. They had heard something was off, but didn't know what until Erica finally walked in, tight-lipped and hyper-aware of every camera in the room. The conversation started. Civil small talk, scripted questions, the usual fake calm before the storm. But underneath it all was a current of electricity. Everyone was waiting for the fuse to be lit. Erica, voice low and strained, finally spoke. "We need to talk, off camera." The room froze. Mendices narrowed his eyes. "About what?" he asked. She didn't answer. She just stared at him, phone in hand, like she was hoping he'd already know. Yandy picked up on it instantly. "What are you hiding now?" she snapped. Nobody answered. Mendices shifted in his seat, eyes darting toward the sound crew like he was checking who might be listening. That's when Erica pulled out her phone and showed him the screen. A screenshot of Tasha's threat. "If you don't tell the truth, I will." It read, "I got videos. You and her. Don't play with me." Mendices' face changed. Not confused, not angry, scared. He leaned forward, voice low. "Where did you get this?" Erica shook her head, panic in her eyes. "I didn't, Tasha did. She sent it to me this morning." Yandy stood up, sudden and sharp. "What the hell is going on?" she demanded. No one answered. Mendices took the phone from Erica's hand and stared at the message. "She doesn't have anything," he said, trying to sound firm. But his voice cracked just enough for doubt to slide in. Erica wasn't buying it, neither was Yandy. "What videos?" Yandy pressed. Mendices didn't respond, and that silence was louder than any confession. Producers paused filming, whispered among themselves, then ushered the cast off set under the guise of equipment checks. But there was no cooling off, not now. Not with what was unraveling. In the hallway, Erica cornered Mendeece's voice, trembling. "You said that night didn't mean anything. You said nobody would find out." He looked around, whispering so low she could barely hear him. "I don't know how she got that. I swear I deleted everything. I don't even talk to her." "But you did," Erica hissed. "You were in that hotel room with me." And just like that, the denial crumbled. Yandy, standing a few feet away, heard every word. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just walked away, leaving them to their mess. The next morning, Tasha went live. No warning, no teaser. Just her, a microphone, and fire in her eyes. "So let me make this real clear," she began, voice steady. "I asked them to come clean. They didn't. Now they're playing stupid. I don't bluff. If I say I got something, I got it. And unless somebody starts telling the truth, I'm airing everything out. Videos, screenshots, the whole damn archive." Comments exploded. We're torn between outrage and gleeful anticipation. Erica posted a cryptic message on her story. "Pray for me," then deleted it before anyone could respond. Mendeece's went radio silent. No posts, no interviews. Yandy posted a black screen with 3 words. "I warned you." By afternoon, an anonymous tip led a fan account to unearth hotel receipts with matching timestamps and grainy screenshots of Mendeece's entering a downtown suite with someone who looked a lot like Erica. Suddenly, the story was no longer rumor. It was a ticking time bomb. In whispers that Rich Dallas had seen the messages too and warned Mendeece's weeks ago. And suddenly, fans were tracing every rap party clip, cross-referencing dated Instagram stories and time-stomping moments for evidence. The internet was on fire. Later that night, producers called for a midnight rooftop shoot. They wanted raw, unfiltered reactions. The cast arrived, bruised and on edge, Erica in sunglasses despite the darkness, Mendeece's looking like he hadn't slept, and Yandy sitting alone, jaw clenched so tight her knuckles were white. The director's soft cue cracked the tension. "Just speak from the heart. Whatever you're feeling." Yandy stood, glared at Mendeece's and said, "So you cheated on me with her, and now you've got the whole world watching me break." Mendeece's lowered his gaze, voice barely audible. "I messed up," Erica gasped. Yandy laughed, a short, broken sound. "You messed up?" she repeated. Or did you choose to hurt me, day after day, while smiling in my face?" He didn't answer. The cameras rolled. Every heartbeat felt. Amplified. Yandy turned and walked off, leaving silence in her wake. No one followed. Backstage, producers scrambled to vet footage. Across town, Mendeece's sat behind the tinted windows of his SUV, headlights cutting through the pre-dawn fog. He replayed Yandy's accusations from the night before, her voice cracking as she shouted, "You gave Tasha the bullets." He swallowed and called his lawyer. Silence answered. He dialed again. Finally, she picked up, voice measured. "We need to prepare for defamation and privacy invasion suits," she said. He nodded, though she couldn't see him. "Get me a draft," he whispered. But his mind raced with a different fear. What if Tasha's leaks were only a distraction for something far worse? Yandy found refuge in her sister's guest room, the walls covered in childhood photos that felt like another life. Her sister sat across from her, hands clasped. "You can't keep doing this," she said softly. "Either you fight with everything you have, or you let go." Yandy's fingers trembled around her coffee cup. "Fight who?" she asked. "Him? Her? The network. Tasha." Tears shimmered in her eyes. "I'm tired of choosing sides." Her sister reached across and squeezed her hand. "You're choosing yourself. That's the only side you need." By midday, Tasha K was already on her next move. She posted a cryptic quote graphic, "Every empire crumbles from within." Fans dissected the words, convinced Tasha was predicting the downfall of the show. Conspiracy blogs spun rumors that the network itself was behind some of the leaks. A way to boost ratings before the season finale. Theories spiraled like whirlwinds. Did the producers stage the audio clip? Was Tasha working with an insider? Could none of it be real? The uncertainty intoxicated the internet. Erica's single quotes as meeting at the botanical garden felt like a scene from a thriller. She arrived at sunset, the sky a swirl of pink and orange, shadows lengthening like long fingers. The assistant producer she'd been promised stood beneath a willow tree, face hidden under a hoodie. He handed her a sealed envelope. "Inside are text logs, call records, payment receipts," he whispered. "They trace back to someone you'd never suspect." Erica's heart pounded. She tore the envelope open, scanning pages dotted with phone numbers and timestamps. One name kept repeating: Rosemary, legal advisor. The producer vanished before Erica could ask more. Leaving her alone under the weeping willow, mind-spinning dot 2 blocks away. Yandi collaborated with Bambi in a dingy motel room, the thin walls humming with air conditioning. Bambi spread grainy. Photos on the bed, Mendizi's phone screen, Erica's name flashing at 2:47 a.m. And an unknown number calling 5 times at 3:01. "This isn't staged," Bambi said. "It's orchestration." Yandi traced a trembling finger over the photos. "So Mendizi's wasn't the only one playing games." Okay. Bambi nodded, and Erica's meeting is no coincidence. "Someone is setting her up." Yandi exhaled, determination hardening her gaze. "Then we expose them all." Meanwhile, scrubbed social feeds lit up with screenshots of a leaked group chat between producers and a shell account labeled Project Overhaul. In one message, a producer wrote, "Need a huge scandal before a finale. Tasha on board." Another replied, "Got it. Plug the audio and the hotel vid. Make the cast sweat." Fans erupted. Comments accused the network of manufacturing drama. Critics questioned reality TV ethics, and hashtags like #FakeFAM and #manufactured meltdown trended worldwide. Even news outlets picked up the story, interviewing media analysts who lamented the blurring lines between real conflict and engineered chaos. That night, the trio Arika, Yandi, and Mendici screed to a clandestine summit at a quiet rooftop bar. They arrived separately, each cloaked in worry. Erica carried the envelope of evidence. Yandi had Bambi's photos. Mendici's had his. Lawyer on speakerphone. They sat at a circular table, voices hushed. "We're pawns," Erica began, sliding the logs across. They used Tasha's reputation to cover their own tracks. Mendici's nodded, voice gravelly. "And Tasha, she's either their tool or a major player herself." Yandi looked between them. "Either way, we're in deeper than we thought." Mendici's tapped his temple. "My lawyer says we can subpoena records, but that could blow up in our faces." Erica shook her head. "We need public pressure. If fans know the network's dirty, they'll force a reckoning." Yandi added, "But first we get a statement from Tasha." "She's the wild card," they agreed. First, confront Tasha. Second, leak the producer chat. Third, demand transparency from the network. A plan formed, fragile but potent, dot across town. Tasha K watched the sunset from her condo balcony, champagne glass in hand. Her phone lit up with messages. Some sources fearful, some begging for their names to be kept secret. She smirked. No one knew the full story yet. The power to reveal was hers alone. She took a slow sip and typed a tweet. "Big revelations tomorrow, stay tuned." The city below buzzed, oblivious to the undercurrents she'd unleashed, as midnight approached. The cast and their allies braced for impact. Erica held the call records like a lifeline. Yandi rehearsed her speech. Mendici steeled himself for confrontation. They waited by their screens, hearts pounding in unison with the clock's second hand. When the hour struck, Tasha's tweet. exploded, linking to an exclusive interview in which she hinted at proof beyond the leaks. Promising the mastermind's name and the puppet strings, the internet erupted once more. In the aftermath, revelations tumbled like dominoes. A high-ranking producer was suspended, legal notices flew, and viewership spiked to record highs. The cast watched the chaos unfold, relief and dread mingling. They had exposed the machine, but now the machine was fighting back. And somewhere in the shadows, the true architect of it all smiled. Watching the world burn around her carefully laid plan, the moment Tasha's tweet went live, the city felt like it wobbled on its axis. Within seconds, notifications blew up everyone's phones. Erica watched the link click count climb as if it were an enemy advancing, her pulse pounding. She sat in her living room surrounded by evidence folders and legal briefs. As night fell, a hush settled over Atlanta. In a penthouse suite downtown, Tasha sat across from an anonymous figure, someone whose face was hidden beneath a hoodie. Papers lay on the glass table, contracts, payment receipts, a list of names marked compromised. Tasha's eyes glowed in the low light. "So you're telling me network executives paid you to fabricate evidence?" she asked. The figure nodded. "Yes, and you have proof." Tasha slid a photo proof across an email thread between a senior producer and the shell company. She tapped the photo with a finger. "It ends tonight." At the same time, Scrappy and Bambi convened in a makeshift war room, the motel room where Part 2 had begun. Now they had backups of all footage, encrypted copies on flash drives, hard copies of contracts. Bambi looked at Scrappy. "We need a public statement from us to declare everything we've learned." Scrappy nodded. "And we need to time it so it undercuts Tasha's next move." They drafted a joint letter, an unflinching account of how producers had scripted conflict. Once signed and released to a major entertainment outlet, it would be impossible to ignore back in her living room. Erica received a direct message from Tasha, "Meet me where it started." Erica's heart froze. The location was the downtown hotel suite, the same suite from the leaked videos. She knew it was a trap, but she also knew it was the only way to end this. She called Yandi. "I'm going alone," she whispered. Yandi didn't protest. "Be careful," she said. Then, more quietly, "Tell the truth." Mendices received a call from a reporter offering an on-camera interview. They wanted to air his side to balance the narrative. His publicist urged, "Caution, no live interviews until we have full evidence." But the offer meant credibility. He hesitated, then agreed, scheduling the interview for dawn. As the clock neared midnight again, an uneasy calm fell. Tasha prepared her final blow of video montage, juxtaposing scripted producer prompts with the cast's real emotions. Revealing the degree of manipulation, Scrappy and Bambi prepared to drop their joint statement to coincide with Tasha's release. Erica readied herself for the rendezvous at the hotel suite, and Deezy's prepped talking points for his interview. Yandi drafted a silent vow. "I'm done being silent." In the dead of night, Atlanta held its breath. Behind the sensational headlines and shattered trust, a deeper battle unfolded, the struggle for truth in a world built on illusion. And as the players moved into position,